All right, welcome to the number 2 of the introduction to partial fraction. Welcome to where we solve mathematics, we solve physics, we solve chemistry, and further maths, anything calculation. This is where we make and simplify and make it easier for digestion, as the case will be. So let's go ahead, please. From this one, we have this. If you have not watched the introductory part, we have already done some things that are key and they are important. Please go and do that. And if you have not followed my channel, please do that and follow. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe as well as we proceed. Now, this is the next question here. For the next question, we have 3 factors. I told you that we are working with linear factor. That's the one with the power of 1, x with the power of 1, x carrying 1. That is a linear factor. So, but if x carries 2 or 3, it's no longer a linear factor, or 4 and above. It's no longer a linear factor. It is called non-linear factor or irreducible factor, as the case will be. So from this point, what do we do now? We go ahead to now introduce our partial fraction. Reason is because this and this and this is what can be resolved, not this. This cannot be resolved into any other thing. So this is what can be resolved. So what do we do now? We carry our first letter A. So bring the first factor out. So we have x minus 3. Next, plus B. The next factor out, we have x minus 2. Plus C. The next factor out, we have x plus 1. So this is what we have here. What did I say we are going to do? In this case, because of how I'm going to manage the board, I will just bring this one down. I will bring this one down. Remember, we have to find our LCM. That's the point we are in now. Find my LCM. But I'll just bring this one down. And then this is what I will do. I will take this one to divide this one. So when this first one divides itself, we are left with these 2. So this 2 times A, that's what I'm going to have. I say that again. This first one will divide this one. We are left with this 2. This 2 times A is what I'm going to have. So I'll have A into bracket this 2. So I have x minus 2 and then x plus 1. This is what I'm having. Next up, plus. If I use this 2 to divide itself, this 2 cancels this 2. We are left with this 2. This 2. So times B, we are having it as x minus 3 and then x plus 1. That's what we are having. Next up, I'll take x plus 1 to divide itself. If you do that, we are having this 2 left. I have times C. So I have C into bracket x minus 3 and then x minus 2. So this is it. This is where we are in this case. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that observe that we are having all of this as a factor. Now in having a factor in partial fraction, you are going to find the one for this 3. This is a 3 compound fraction. So what are we going to do? We are going to find the one that is common in B and C. Reason is because I want to get A first. I want to get A. So what are the factors that you can see in B and C first? Observe that in B and C, you have x minus 3 that is common. That one is very common in B and C. The reason is because I want to get A. So because x minus 3 is common here, what do? We are going to take x minus 3 somewhere and equal it to 0. When you do the math, I'm going to have this to be plus 3. That means if I put x to be equals to 3 into anywhere I see x, I will get A. So this is what I mean. Here, I'm going to have 5 into bracket 3 here plus 3 here equals to, I'll have that A into bracket, I'm having 3 minus 2 here, then into bracket 3 plus 1 here, then plus B into bracket here, I'm having 3. Remember, anywhere you see x, you put 3 there. So I'm having 3 here, then plus C into bracket next, I'm having 3 minus 3 here, and then 3 minus 2 here. This is what I'm having here. Now, what is the next thing we are going to do, please? Observe that all of the place I inserted 3, we are going to check B and C. If 3 minus 3 is there, any part you see 3 minus 3 is 0. Because this one will give you 0, this will give you 4. If you multiply 0 times 4, you are going to have 0. So all of this B can cancel out, same as this. This will give you 0, this will give you 1. 0 times 1, all of this one will cancel out. For me to get my A, it's as simple as anything. So what is the next thing we are going to do here? I will take the value of the remaining thing here up here. So let's go ahead. So we have that 5 times 3 will give me 15. So I'm having 15 here, then plus 3 here. That's what I'm having. Then equals 2. So from here, 3 minus this one is 1. This is 4. So 4 times 1 gives me 4. Times A, I'm having 4A here. This is what I'm having here. Do the math here. I'm having 18 here to give me 4 here. Next, I will divide both sides by 4. This can swallow this. This can be reduced. 2 can go here 9, 2 can go here 2. So I will have that the value of my A is 9 over 2. It's simple. It's very simple. It's 9 over 2. So this is what I've gotten. Now, from the next thing we are going to do again, we are now going to get, remember I've gotten A by making B and C 0. Now I want to get B. What do I check out? I will go to A and C and find the common factor there in A and C. Observe, we have x minus 2 here. Observe, we have x minus 2 in C. So because there is x minus 2 in A and C, what do? I'm going to make x minus 2 equal to 0 for me to get my A. So what is the next thing I'm going to do here? I will come to this point and I will rub this one off. I will rub all of this one off. Rub it off. Rub it off. Because I'm using these parts. So what is the next thing now? Remember, I just told you that I would take x minus 2 and equal it to 0. Why am I taking x minus 2? Because x minus 2 is here and x minus 2 is in C, so that we can get B. So if you find the inverse of minus 2, you will discover that we get plus 2. That means x minus 2 gives us 0. Take minus 2 there, I'm having x to be this. So we are going to put x now. I'll put x now equals to 2. Anywhere I see x, so let's start from this. I have 5 into bracket 2 plus 3. I'll have that A into bracket. I'm having 2 minus 2, 2 plus 1 here, and then plus, I'm having B. For B, I'm having 2 minus 3, and then I'm having 2 plus 1. Then plus, for C, I'm having 2 minus 3, and then 2 minus 2. Now, what did I say from this point? I said you are going to now observe. The moment you have inserted the value of x, you are going to now observe those ones that you have it as 2 minus 2. Observe, in A, I have 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0 here. This plus this will give us 3. 0 times 3 is 0. All these ones will cancel out. Same as this one. This is minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. This is 0. This is minus 1. If you multiply this, you are going to have 0. So that we can get B. So what do I do here? If you do 2 minus this one, I'm having minus 1 here. This one will give us 3. So 3 times minus 1 will give us minus 3. So I have, don't forget, from this point here, multiply this one. I'm having 10 plus 3 there. So I have 10 plus 3. Why this will give me minus 3b. That's what we are having from here. So from here, if you add these two, I'm having this. So I will divide both sides by minus 3. By minus 3, I'm having that B therefore becomes as my value. This is it. I will take the minus here as my value for B. So I've gotten A and B. Next we are looking for now is the C part. So how do we get the C in this juncture? I'm still going to take off this one so that will enable me to get my C. So take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. So I have this. Now go to your, I want to get C now. I want to get C. Now you will come to A and B. What is common in A and B? A and B, we have x plus 1 here and x plus 1 here. Those are the common factor. So when you equal x plus 1 equals to 0, you're going to have x to be minus 1. So we'll say put x as minus 1 in this factor. Put x as minus 1 here. So let's start from here. I have 5 into bracket minus 1 plus 3 equals to A into bracket minus 1 minus 2. Then I have minus 1 here plus 1 here. Then plus here, please. This is plus. I have B into bracket minus 1 minus 3 and then minus 1 plus 1 and then plus. What do we have here? We have C into bracket minus 1 minus 3 into bracket minus 1 minus 2. So this is where we are. So what is the next thing I'm going to do here? From this point, you will observe that we are already going to look at those values that we have 1, -1, +1. Look at this one here. -1 + 1 here is 0. So this will give you -3. If you multiply this, everything here is 0. Same as this one, everything here is 0. So from this point now, I will now have that. Let me take this one off. Let's take this one off. So I will now have that from this point, please. I will have that -3 and -1 - 3 will give us -4. This will give us -3. So if we multiply this, minus times minus first, I'm going to have plus. And then 3 times 4, I'm going to have 12. But don't forget that we have that. So this times this will give us -5 + 3. So I will have -5 plus 3. Then that will give us 12c. So what do we now do here? Everything we do here will give us -2. So here will give us 12c. Divide here by 12, divided by 12. So that this can take care of this. And here we have 1/6 here. So c becomes -1/6. So I've gotten my value of A, B, and C. It's very simple. It's very simple. So what do we now do now? Install back the value of A, B, and C. And we are done. So what is my A from the beginning here? I have 9/2. Correct. What is the value of B from the beginning there? I have minus. Please, what is minus? It's very critical. Minus will affect this one. Minus times plus here becomes minus. So here becomes 13, then over 3. Very, very important. What is my C? My C is 1 - 1/6. So minus will affect this one. I'm having 1 here, all over 6 here. So this is how we are able to resolve this into partial fraction. Thank you for watching. Please, if you have not followed my channel, please do well to follow, and see you in the next class. Bye-bye.